Origins of the current conflicts in eastern DRC. A historical documentary narrative. A question that refuses to die. In the hills and plateaus of eastern Congo, a question echoes generation after generation. Who truly belongs? It is a question sharpened by war, politicized by fear, and blurred by decades of misinformation. At the center of this controversy stand Congolese Tutsi communities, often portrayed as foreigners, recent arrivals, or political instruments. Yet history, when patiently unfolded, tells a far more complex and uncomfortable truth. This documentary is not about rewriting borders. It is about restoring memory. The Great Confusion. Much of today's hostility toward Congolese Tutsis rests on a single false assumption: that their presence in Congo began after 1960, following upheavals in Rwanda. This confusion deliberately merges different migratory waves, different centuries, and different political realities into one narrative of foreignness. But history does not work that way. Long before colonial borders, long before the Congolese state existed, two distinct Tutsi communities were already rooted in what is today the DRC. The Banyamulenge of South Kivu. The Banyarwanda of North Kivu. Their stories are separate, ancient, and documented. The Banyamulenge. Exile that became homeland, 16th century. The story of the Banyamulenge begins not with colonization but with a royal crisis. In the late 16th century, the kingdom of Rwanda was shaken by a violent war of succession. King Ndahiro II faced rebellion from his own brother, Prince Bamara. Defeated and condemned, Prince Bamara chose exile over death. Between 1576 and 1592, he left Rwanda with his court, around 50 families, moving westward through the Ruzizi Plain until they reached the Itumbwe Plateaus. There, high above the lowlands, history paused. What began as exile became permanence. Over time, this nucleus was joined by other pastoral populations from the region, people moving freely across a pre-colonial Central Africa where borders did not exist. From Rwanda, Burundi, and even the Baha people of present-day Tanzania, a new community took shape. Centuries passed. Their language, Kinyarwanda, evolved. Their customs adapted to the mountains. Their identity became neither Rwandan nor Burundian, but Congolese, forged long before Congo had a name.
Banyamulenge bazali bakongole. Totika koinana kati na biso. Bavanda des générations et des générations.
The Banyarwanda, when North Kivu was Rwanda, 17th century. Further north, another story unfolded, equally ancient, equally ignored. In the 17th century, the Kingdom of Rwanda was expanding. Under King Ruganza Tundori, 1600 to 1623, royal authority extended westward to Lake Kivu, the Virunga Mountains, Masisi. These lands, today firmly inside North Kivu, were then part of the Rwandan monarchy. Their populations did not migrate to Congo. Congo did not yet exist. Later, under King Kigeri Nyamuheshera, 1648 to 1692, control was consolidated through the capture of Gishari, Kamuransi, and Gugu. For generations, these territories were governed as Rwandan chiefdoms until European pens redrew African reality. When Europe divided, what history united? In 1885, the Berlin Conference carved Africa into colonies with rulers and straight lines, not histories. Peoples who had lived together for centuries were suddenly separated by borders they never chose. In 1910, administrative adjustments placed several Rwandan chiefdoms under the authority of Belgian Congo. Overnight, populations did not move, but their nationality changed on paper. This is the silent violence of colonialism. Borders that transform natives into foreigners without crossing a single river. A young country, old peoples. The Democratic Republic of Congo, as we know it today, is a recent creation, barely 114 years since its borders were finalized. Forced into one political entity without regard for ethnic, historical, or cultural continuity. To label Congolese Tutsis as foreigners is therefore not a political opinion. It is a historical error. Their roots in Congo predate colonization. They predate the Congolese state itself.
The communities, again, you see, this is a whole distortion of it. You are saying it as if Rwandophone communities are Rwanda's problems. Rwandophone communities are Congolese. This is the point of departure that messes up the whole understanding.
But Rwanda had troops in Congo to deal with...
Are Rwandophone communities Congolese or not?
They're Congolese, but there are also many Rwandans.
They should be treated as such, first of all.
The real challenge. History cannot be undone. Borders cannot be erased. But lies can be confronted. The true challenge facing Congo is not the origin of its peoples, but the future it chooses for them. A stable nation is not built on exclusion. It is built on recognition, justice, and shared belonging. The Congolese state bears the responsibility to protect all its citizens, combat ethnic hatred, promote social cohesion, build a national identity that reflects historical reality, not political convenience. Unity does not require uniformity. A nation can be strong precisely because of its diversity. Live long Democratic Republic of Congo, live long people of Congo, live long all the true patriots that seeks to shape a new future for all Congolese without division and hatred but reliable security and progress.
La République du Congo a été proclamée et notre cher pays est maintenant entre les mains de ses propres enfants. Ensemble, mes frères, mes sœurs, nous allons commencer une nouvelle lutte sublime qui va mener notre pays à la paix, à la prospérité et à la grandeur. Nous allons établir ensemble la justice sociale et assurer que chacun reçoive la juste rémunération de son travail. Nous allons montrer au monde ce que peut faire l'homme noir quand il travaille dans la liberté. Et nous allons faire du Congo le centre de rayonnement de l'Afrique tout entière. Nous allons veiller à ce que l'été de notre patrie profite véritablement à ses enfants. Nous allons revoir toutes les lois d'autrefois et en faire de nouvelles qui seront justes et nobles. Nous allons mettre fin à l'oppression de la pensée libre et faire en sorte que tous les citoyens jouissent pleinement des libertés fondamentales prévues dans la Déclaration des droits de l'homme. Nous allons supprimer efficacement toute discrimination, quelle qu'elle soit, et donner à chacun la juste place que lui vaudra sa dignité humaine, son travail et son dévouement au pays. Nous allons faire régner non pas la paix des fusils et des baïonnettes, mais la paix des cœurs et de bonne volonté.